Hey, good morning, everybody. This is the professor with Day Trading for Success. Morning again. We're with a group of people. We're going to be trading AMD, and we're going to be doing the RV strategy. Again, we went by open session pivot points for the RV strategy, along with two Fibonacci levels, which I will go over with you. Just did a trade a moment ago. We'll be starting just roughly around a half hour after the market opens, which is in about 11 minutes from now. So if you like what you see, remember to give us a thumbs up. Let me put our disclaimer up here. So we are an entertainment channel teaching you through demonstrations of videos. Still got this morning cough. Make sure you seek the advice of a licensed financial advisor before you trade. Don't try to emulate any of these trades, and always trade in a simulator first and wait till you're green for many months in a simulator. And then when you go live, go lower share size to start to make sure whatever strategy you're working, whether it be one of these that we're showing here or anybody else's, that it is working for you, so you don't, lose money. So there's that. Hopefully you've read that. So the strategies that we teach on this channel are at least for now, are the RV strategy, which was invented here, the open strategy, which is a variation invented here, which we're working on more variations now, and the escalator strategy. So there's a lot of videos in the archives about all those different strategies, as well as the books that that the $1 Million Margin Club puts out, that there will be links to. And just briefly, Day Trading Volume 1 is the book that covers the criteria, how to pick your stocks for the RV strategy, how to trade the RV strategy, how to go in and out of support and resistance, and everything about it. And then the Trading Journal, the Trading Journal Logbook, which is the original book put out by the $1 Million Margin Club, has the criteria how to pick your stock for the open strategy, and that basically is laid out. We have many videos about how to trade that here, so we won't be trading that today. But and then I also highly recommend getting Trading in the Zone to help you, help you with your emotions, handling trading. Those are the three books that I highly recommend. But I would go to the $1 Million Margin Club's author page, or just go right here and look for some of the links that we have for any of those books. And regarding wanting to just watch it on videos, we have a bunch of different videos on this channel showing those different strategies. Remember, this is for entertainment purposes only. Don't try to trade based on these entertaining videos. Seek the advice of people that you trust. Man, I can't shake this thing, guys. It's only in the mornings. So the RV strategy, how do we set this? Oh, this is the scalpers indicator too. So the other thing that this channel offers that you might want to get, and I know a lot of people subscribe and then jump off as soon as they get it. That's okay. Hopefully you'll find something here you like. But we have 10 free custom scripts that we give away for free that we did for Thinkorswim. Some have been adapted for TradingView. That's on episode 83. The best one here that everybody agrees on is the scalping indicator here. And that's right here. And the red is the sellers, the green is the buyer, and the blue is the volume. And then the percentages are up here. So this with the help of AI, has become really, DTS stands for Day Trading for Success, has really become the real go-to for most traders. And they'll just, I hope you stay and don't just grab it. But if you want to do that, that's cool. It's free. So we'd like your support, but it's free if you want to get it on those episodes. Also, how to speed up the Thinkorswim platform. There's a video just for that. If you type in how to speed it up, it's step by step how to do it. How to set your volume profile for intraday, step by step. This is it right here with the point of control. It shows how to do that. That's a hue in here. And there's just so many videos if you wanted to find something, how to set up your scanners, how to set up your charts, how to get this perfect 1-minute layout, and to actually build it yourself, or just download the one that we have, or just upload, or whatever, the ones that we have. So all that stuff, if you look around, there's 130 videos now, and everything's free, and it's all meant for entertainment, and we're not selling courses. So you guys can just come and go as you please. And that's what this channel is about. Day Trading for Success is trying to get you to make $100 a day, $200 a day, $300 a day, whatever it might be, till it's a lot of money, hopefully, after many years of trying out different strategies, not just the ones we show, but all over. You know, a lot of these strategies, they don't work for some people and they work for others on these other channels too. You got to find what works for you, and then you have to slowly learn yourself what is working for you. And the only way you can really tell is a sim. You may not do well on any of these strategies that I'm showing. So everybody has a particular way that they want to trade. So just assume you're not going to do well until you do well on a sim, right? And then just take all the information you get from every book and every YouTuber and that. And you're going to see a lot of repeat stuff from different people. You'll start to pick up on it, and then you'll start to grab the little jewels for yourself and then start to adapt and, figure out what's going to work for you. All right, so that's what I recommend doing. And it takes a while. It could take 2-3 years. It's not an overnight thing. So there's the trade the open strategy, get it out in a split second, get rich quick attitude. And, you may get lucky at first, which is the worst thing that can happen to you because it's false confidence. And then suddenly you blow up your account, which means you lose. What was that term, blow up your account, mean? That means you lose everything in your account. That's what that term means. Anyway, so the RV strategy starts off, it's a range-bound strategy, which is kind of the oldest strategy in the book. And basically you're looking for, this is a daily chart I had minimized for chart control. So you look at the close of the previous day. It's under my picture. It was $174.23. And then you look at the ATR, the average true range over 14 days. Down there, it's $6.32. You divide that by 2, so you're going to come up with $3.16. And you subtract $3.16 from the close and you get the ATR low, and you add $3.16 to the high and you get the ATR high. Now you've created a range that stock should move in because that's been its range, average range over 14 days. As you can see from today, this is today's daily, it's already broken through that range. There's the line right there. Now, when it breaks through, we call it a different kind of strategy. It's not range-bound anymore. It's called the escalator strategy or a trend. So we're hoping that it's going to break back up into it, but I'm not sure, what will happen here. So we can trade it either way, though. So what do we do once you have the range there? Now we create pivot points. What are pivot points? Well, pivot points are where the stock has turned around before. If you look on this 2-day, 5-minute 2-day, I tried to mark out where, sometimes I'll try to pick an average in between. You can see as they go across, hit here, go here, where they might hit different areas. And I try to create like kind of a mean average. And then I mark the pivot points is wherever I can get them. So a pivot point means that the stock was going one way and then it either stopped and rested before it kept going, or it went back the other way, which means some people are still holding a position there. Some people are still waiting for a position there. You don't really know what's going to happen, but marking those out is a good way to do it, is a good thing to know. So you're creating channels now in between your range bound, or in this case, below it. You also mark by Fibonacci level. So I have a 2-day marked here, high to low. That's what these pink lines are. Those are going to be possibly respected levels. And then I do it over a 10-day, which is off the chart here just a little bit, but this was the bottom. And then this was the top of that, which was pre-market. I just did it a second ago. So I'm getting ready to trade now, guys. And that's how we mark it all out. So this spaghetti of mess actually means something. And the book does tell you exactly how to trade in these channels. And I'm going to be trading on a 1-minute chart so you can see it. Now, the other thing I'm going to be doing today is calling out patterns. And that's in the Candlestick Pattern Playbook that the $1 Million Margin Club put out. But there's a lot of maybe you already have a favorite candlestick book that you like, but I highly recommend you learn the patterns. So every one of these means something, and there's really not that many patterns to learn that you see every day over and over and over, which will signify give you an edge of like it moves that way 60%, 65%, all the way up to like 82% of the time a certain pattern will go away. And you knowing that while you're looking at your other indicators, the alignment with the 5-minute and the 1-minute, your level 2, your scalper's indicator, or any kind of volume indicator that you have, because you're basically looking for an increase in volume to see. So right now the sellers are winning out. You can see it going down here. This is the scalping indicator. You see the strength of the move with this amazing indicator, right? And this is going to help you get in and out quicker if you're a scalper. I have a 15-minute chart and a 5-minute chart, and everybody here is ready to go, right? So we're going to start right around 10, maybe a little before, maybe a little after. And I'm calling the ball as a quarterback, but everybody can do their own thing. As you can see, I've taken a trade already. This is the active trader. And this is the level 2, which on a large cap, this is a large cap, over $25 billion market cap. So guys, I'm definitely looking to go short here, especially if it breaks through this fib. I'm looking to go short as it breaks through the fib. So let's see what happened. The shorters were coming up here, and you know we've got a minute here to decide. But I'm definitely thinking short. So let me see if it can bounce back off that. If it breaks below that 170, I'm going in right now. So I went in a little bit early. I was looking at here at the level 2. I was looking at what I was going to get. I was trying to get it just above 170, which I did, hoping for the breakthrough of 170 or this fib. If it does not do it, I will reverse. So you know how I reverse. So I'm in a position now. I don't really have a good pattern here, basically, but dojis sometimes signify reversals, which means that this was already an upward trend. So you could almost call that a hammer, not really, because that's at the top. But you're starting to see that there's action further down from the upward trend, and it looked like it was going to go short over the next 2 or 3 candles, and that's why I went ahead and went in and went short, and there it goes. So this is ending up being a good trade. We're all trading exactly the same share size, 1,000 shares. We're all doing market. Okay, I didn't expect the move to be quite that good, but that's great. I thought it would stop right here, but it's down here where it stopped earlier. So now we do have the point of control, this volume profile, and there's a video on how to do this. I think I told you it's set up for intraday, single day. So you're seeing the real action as it happens. You're seeing the strength of the seller, so you're going to want to stay on this move, and you want to keep going down. Even though you're seeing some play back and forth, you're going to want to stay on this move for now, and we'll just see what happens here. So I will call out the patterns as I see them. I will call out the pivot lines as I read them, and I will call out the scalpers indicator and the volume. So this is the top of the volume profile and the ATR low. So we'll see if it's going to keep trying to retrace back up there again, reclaim that area. Everybody's short, which is good. We're getting ourselves an interesting candlestick there, pattern. Now, whenever you see these, now again, I told you there's a video that shows how to speed up the Thinkorswims. You're going to want to do that because it's going to show the sentiment of the wicks a little stronger than you normally see them. And you have to take that into account when you're reading the patterns, particularly if the shadows or wicks have something to do with the patterns. So now I'm looking at this number. This is the number the market maker is going to give me. I'm always going to go market. Everybody's going market to make sure we get filled every single time, which means we won't get the best deal because you're not calling out. We're going to get the best deal that they can give you on market orders. They're going to try to get you the best spread, right? So that's how they will work it. So it's basically, guys, I'm just going to hang on to this for a minute. I want to see if this is going to, unless this really kind of starts to reclaim up here, I'm going to ride this for a bit. So if you look at the 15-minute and the 5-minute, this is just a downward trend. So I know we don't have as many as experience with us today. So my thought would be rather than do 30 scalps like I might do today, I'm probably only going to do 5 or 10. And if we have a trend that we can easily follow, we won't make quite as much money doing it that way. But if we don't scalp correctly, we will make more money doing it this way. So now you do see that the volume's dropping with the sellers. So that's showing, and then this candle was smaller. So this is the beginning of a reversal. And you can see I would have normally tried to capture that scalp. I'm like twitching, trying to just say the reverse, but I'm going to wait it out. Let's wait it out and play the longer trend this morning, right? So let's just see how this goes. So the way that the level 2 works, if you're new to that, is this is basically what people are willing to pay. And this is what people would like to get. And then picture there's a bridge in between connecting these people with like an auctioneer in a toll booth. And they're going to charge you for every auction that he handles. And he's going to try to get both people the price that is the best for them, the best deal, and then the best deal. So the most they can get and the cheapest they can get. So he kind of makes that in between. That's called a market maker. And they make money to do that when you're trading market. Now, there are platforms that you just pay trading fees on and you don't pay that fee. And usually it's a limit order that you set an exact amount that you want to go. I mean, you can pay trading fees and do market order too, but Thinkorswim it's smart to do market order, especially on a large cap. There will be some slippage, but you have to take that into account in your strategy rather than paying just for every single trade that you make. I mean, you do pay a little bit, like pennies on every trade you make. But other than that, they're skimming off the top of these deals. So you're not getting quite as good a deal because the market maker on the toll booth in here is getting their money. Now remember, all these shares that you see over here are multiplied by 100, and over half now, it used to be 1/3 a year or two ago, over half are hidden. And then you're also dealing with front runners, icebergs, and dark pools. So all kinds of nonsense in here that it makes it very, very hard to read unless you're really, really good reading fast-moving penny stocks or more micro caps and things like that. Then, you might want to try to, you can run around the dark pools, the front runners and all that stuff that way. Or you can just count on not getting quite as good a deal and get an in and out unless you're doing more of a long-term swing and you're using maybe a broker or a money manager to help look at your long-term trades. This is get in and out, very short. It's not for everybody. When I first started doing this, because I used to be, be a professional gambler, and I used to go into casinos, and I would go in with an attitude of, I'm going to lose this much money, and then I had a good time, and I'm going to go home. So it's almost like when you're starting to trade, you need to count on losing money until you get good. And if you have an attitude about that. So guys, I'm looking at this fib as a potential reversal here. So see the buyers coming up. So I don't think I'm going to sit here much longer. I'm going to actually reverse right now. I'm going to reverse off the bounce on that. So I banked 1,600, and now I'm looking to ride that back up for a little bit. Now, if it breaks down through this fib, that's my fail-safe. I will short again, but this is basically a doji telling you, and you could call that all kinds of different patterns, but this was coming down. I watched the buyers go up. I watched the doji happen. So indecision. Now, when you're reading candlestick patterns, you may get 2 or 3 or 4 indecisions, consolidations here, different shapes, and you have to think to yourself, well, does that mean it's just resting for a second and it's about to go and keep going? So I'm looking. Or is it kind of resting and consolidating because that's what happens just before it reverses? Like there's not enough people down here that want to keep riding it down. So now the buyers are starting to win out. Or will the sellers take it over again? So you got these candles that are happening right now are telling you that more and more it looks like it's going to go up. More and more it doesn't, there's more and more like we kept trying to go down. It's not going down. But, I don't know. The volume did just drop here with the buyers. So you got to look at all this stuff in conjunction. See how that's going down with these little dojis. It's showing you the dojis on the volume here. So it's going down. So we just got to watch this for a minute. And, look at the even dollar amounts. 168, 168.50. Look at these are areas where people have preset orders. So these support and resistance lines that were done on pivots that have ceilings and floors, then right now it's just banging against the ceiling. So is it going to spring through that ceiling? Or is it going to, get down and bounce off the floor? You've got to look at it like every time it passes through. Either way, it's like being shackled. Think of it as a living thing because the traders are living things and they're trading and they're deciding, much like what I'm saying, like what are we going to do? And there's a lot of people that are scalping just like you're seeing us do here. So it is a living thing. And again, this is the sensitivity. So, basically that's just telling us the indecision. So you cut that off in your mind about at the point of control. But this is definitely telling me that it's going to go up. So I'm glad I picked the right direction here. I believe it's going to go up. Let's just see. The way of the wick, the way of the longer wick is the direction you want to look for. This is a little more consolidation than I'd like to see. It's almost like it's a flat top now, this line, meaning that if it keeps banging, you could have a flat top breakout or a rejection. So I kind of wish there was more action here because we're getting nothing is what we're getting. It needs to, I'd rather, even if it was going down, I could just reverse. I'd just rather it start to move in a direction. So the sellers took out off over there with that, but then the wick was way above it. So even though that was strong there, I still would go long. If I was just going in right now, I would go long. So my position is 168.40 long. And we're looking for patterns here. So we kind of had a hammer. Yeah. It's kind of a hammer. This is, you know, I don't really know what this is except a false reading because of the sensitivity. This is my 9 moving average there. This is my 20. And then the VWAP is way up here. There's the VWAP. Because this thing, as you know, just dropped straight off. So that stock did not go up there like that. That's just a sensitivity of the wick. It was trying to show you that it was very, very strong, so it just sprang beyond it there. So this is a small trade we could capitalize on. I don't know if it's going to bang off this. A lot of times around the point of control, you get a lot of choppiness as well. Okay, well, there it goes. So now it's a good trade. So I don't want to lose this. So it's banging on the 20 now. Now I reverse a lot. Wow, okay. So let's look at that. Yeah, I'm getting ready to reverse, guys. I'm not going to, if it gets anywhere near that fib, it's a reverse. If it rejects off this, I'm just going to reverse right there. Might have been a little soon, but I banked it. And yeah, okay. So I should have waited till it got up here. All right. It looked like it was going to reject off this. So if it breaks that fib, I'm going to go long again. And I'll take a loss, a losing trade. So set your, make a daily trade plan every day. How much I have down here, 500 per trade, max trade I want to lose. And I'm about to lose it, it looks like. I mean, I don't want to lose it, but I have to take the hit so that I keep the green overall. As long as I follow that plan and I'm more accurate than not, I'm always going to be green. If I don't follow the plan, which I am so guilty of, even up until last year, I would have 28 green days, and then I'd have one I don't even want to say how high, but tens of thousands of dollars red day because I just wouldn't cut the loss. It's like a paralyzed type of situation. You get paralyzed. Then you start emotionally trading. I mean, I think a lot of you know what I'm talking about, and luckily I could handle that, but it made me never want to trade again after that day. That's how bad it was. I just felt like I didn't like the feeling so much that I didn't want to have the feeling again. And then one of the writers I'm going to talk about tells you the way that we have a feeling. If you have a winning stock, you want to stop the pressure by taking the money, and it's over. And if you have a losing stock, you want to wait for it so it turns around and you feel better about it. So it kind of doesn't work for you, that kind of logic, It's right at the point of control. I'm waiting to see if it breaks. I'm going to reverse right there, guys. So I'm looking at this, and I'm watching the volume drop with the sellers. So I'm just taking a reverse there. I banked more money, and yes, it could see. This would be my fail-safe right here. I'm thinking that it tap tap tap. This is the ceiling, so it has to break through that, and there it goes. Okay, so I did a good call, and that wasn't as clear cut as some of the other calls there for sure. Now this is a shooting star or a kind of a shooting star, but really it's more like a spinning top right here, which signified a reversal going down. This right here, if this closes green, is a bull tweezer move, which means it will continue to go up. So let's see where this closes, because it's almost a perfect alignment other than the wick. And I don't, Unless the wick's really long, there it is. So we have a bullish tweezer. So that means, again, half as much, again, as this. It should go up. Let's see what happens. So this signifies basically very close to the end of that upward move, the width of that bull. This is how far you're supposed to go with it. And it's hitting that fib. I'm going to reverse at the fib. And I banked it and got 4. And that's the end of that pattern move. But that doesn't mean it won't keep going. So you got to keep a close eye here. I'm calling it textbook for you, but it doesn't mean it's going to be that way. So it hasn't broken this fib yet. Well, it did way back here, but this is being very well respected, 38.2. This usually a tweezer move like this is pretty strong. It's a little skewed, but it did go the length of that of the bull on this side right there. Now it's going further. It hit the fib. So if it breaks through that with some confidence, I'm going to have to turn around. I just call it wrong. And we'll just see how high we can ride this thing. It might try to retest up here. So let's see. And volume dropped a little with the buyers, so let's watch that. Sellers are kind of winning this little war here. It's not much, but it's winning it. That's still a lot, though, that traded the last candle. This is the current candle. So this is a really, really helpful indicator to kind of get the feel of what's happening in the moment. And then you want to start watching for, trends that show you certain things, like the 5-minute and the 15-minute both turn green. I actually didn't look at this. I wish I had. I might not have shorted because this is the first time I've seen these turn around. So let's see if I miscalled that. Nope, it's fading off. But I can reverse real quick and take a short. It's bouncing on the 9. I'm going to reverse real quick and go long again. See if it bounces back up there. If it goes long again. Nope. I don't like it. Okay, I reversed again. I'm seeing this go to the top. I'm just like, I don't like it. So I think overall, the one I took then didn't. I think I made a little on the first one and then like 500 and something, and I lost like a couple hundred. So overall, it was good, but I would have to count that as a losing trade. As you know, if you watch me, if I have 3 losing trades in a row, I stop for the day. If I break more than 500 on a single trade, I stop that trade. And today, if I lose more than 2,000 for the day, I will stop for the day. So now my goal every day is 5,000, so we all have different numbers we go for. But in a day trading for success, you want to start trying to make $50, even $25 a day. Just start carving out green days on the sim, $25, $50. Just see if you can get, how many green days can you get in a row? $10. Stop it. If you don't feel good, if you're shaky, just stop. $10, $15, whatever it is. Just start to build your confidence, and then always, this trading is done, you're setting your profit and loss by channel trading. Now, it's an interesting thing. I'm kind of setting it up for the ways that one of the books I'm about to promote that I just love the guy. So much respect for the trader. He doesn't speak to candlestick patterns much. He's not into candlestick patterns. So he doesn't believe him, And there are a lot of people that are like that, but I do believe in them because I see them and I try to call them out so everybody else can see them. So let's just say you can see the future. Like if you go back and back test, cut off the side of the screen where you can't see the candles, and then just start calling out as you memorize the patterns, calling out on back testing without spending any money at all, and just keep notes and see how accurate are you when you call out those patterns. So on demand, you can back test and you can just see, and just that's the trick I always used to do. I would just hold the not always used to do, but I've done it. But I would just, slide so I couldn't see the next candles. And then I'd say, how accurate am I in calling that? And I know that in the new, the second candlestick book that's coming out, like the companion book for the candlestick pattern playbook that's out, they're doing all those types of games in there. So to really help you memorize. So back to what I was saying, this author that I have a lot of respect for and is a really good trader, he doesn't do it by candlestick patterns. He does it other ways, which is interesting. But why not have more things in your toolbox? And I have a lot of respect for candlestick patterns. I see them over and over and over work. Now, this is the beginning of a ladder bottom. So if this candle turns green, I'm going to want to reverse. It doesn't look like it's going to. Nope. Okay. So because that would mean that it would move all the way to the top, maybe back up to the fib. Now it still could do that. Let's see if this pivot point holds it. Now remember, wherever you see any of these, that means that there's been a lot of price action on these lines before, where the stock either slowed down and rested or turned around completely. So a lot of people interested. It's probably 168.50 is the actual number, the 50 cent. This is probably actually 169, 169.50. Look how close they are, 170, 170.50. So I kind of marked them where the candle stopped, but you take a mean average in there, and you're probably going to come up with the 50 cent and the $half, dollar and the $half, where people set pre-done limit orders or market orders, whatever they want. They set their prices that they want. And then a lot of them spring at once, and they could be tens of thousands, which then, could possibly turn the stock around. This isn't really heavily traded. The liquidity that Thinkorswim offers is they will multiply. I just saw 12,000 go by, or 1,200 go by. They will multiply. Yeah, look at those 1,500. Remember, this is multiplied by 100 here. So there's a lot of people. There's 3,400. A lot of people trading here. Now, large cap, level 2, to see the large caps turn around, to use it to signify a turnaround on a large cap is not the brightest move to do. If it's consistently large numbers of shares that, just pounding it on one side on the ask or the bid, then maybe keep an eye on it. But it's just too liquid. There's just too much going on for the large caps, for people even trading 1,000, 2,000 shares to turn the stock around. It just isn't going to do it. Here's a morning star now, or shooting star. Actually, shooting stars usually, is anybody else? Everybody's going short, right? Yeah. Okay. Shooting star is usually at the top of so this is more of an inverted hammer here. Again, these are signifying that, or inverted hammers on the down. Yeah, these are signifying that this is going to turn around. So this is telling me to take my money and reverse here. So let's just see. Right at the 168 mark. Let's just see if it's going to break up past that 168. I'll reverse it. Oh, there it goes. 168, 168. I'll try it right there. I banked, so 59, $15, $30. Wow, it's not exactly inspiring confidence for an upward move. Hovering right at 68. I've got it at 167.98. Is it dry? It looks like it's going to drop off to me, guys. Yeah, I'm just going to take a loss there now. Oh well, I'm on because I'm short. Yeah, so it dropped right when I thought. So it did slow it down with that move, but it didn't reverse it. Let's keep a close eye. This fib could reverse it. So sellers went down also with that. So another sign of a reversal. The fib's a sign of a reversal. Let's see if I can snake a little bit of a profit out before it goes back up. Got 150 there. There's going to be some slippage here. I want it to bank on that in 50 cent or, wow, it went right through it. Okay, so it went right through it there. So it's not making me want to jump out. There's another fib down here. No, I'm not going to jump out of that move, guys. So sellers went up with that. The percentage is high. That would be stupid to try to catch the falling knife, so to speak. So let's just give it a chance to keep doing its move. Remember, I talked about trying to, now it does it. I was trying to correct myself there because I don't want to do a lot of scalps that are really hard to, more like guesswork, and just stick with the downward trend. So we're back to the downward trend. Everything's saying downward trend. There's a bull tweezer way up here. So everybody's short. So everybody's doing very good. The lowest I see is 2,500, so that's good. Just write it down, guys. Let's make some money. Not exactly a huge technical analysis day, but, you know, it's a money day, so let's keep it going. It's very strong for selling. Very strong. I can take like a break of this type of trading. Is almost like 5-minute trading. I keep my coffee way behind me so there's not a sudden like the coffee goes flying like, no, go long, go short. Mostly it's because of the cat too. That my one cat, the Pixie Bob. So that didn't even turn it around. God, this is a really strong move down. My Pixie Bob, as you guys know, comes up here a lot. The Siamese just kind of stays away when I trade. Doesn't want the stress. I feel they can. I mean, I'm not overly stressed when I trade because this is more for entertainment purposes. But it does seem like cats can pick up. Those of you that own cats can pick up on your emotions, you know, and then they just kind of. But then some of them, the need outweighs they don't care if you're stressed or not. I mean, most cats have an attitude. I think that's what I like about them, is they just have an attitude. I used to raise golden retrievers, and they're just greatest dogs in the world. They're just such a happy. As I lived on a lake, and then before that I grew up in the Bahamas. So they're always in the water, and you know, they're just so fun to have. Although you got to get used to wet couches in your house, but unless you just banish them outside, which, you know, we didn't do, but I just loved them. But then when it got to be that I couldn't be home a lot and it was hard to walk them, it just wasn't fair for the dogs, you know. So okay, let's see if we get a resting on this pivot. I think at one point I had 4. I went around the world on a schooner, and a big schooner, and we had our family. Wow. Okay, so I gotta wait to see if it breaks that fib up there. This has been such a great move down that I'm not sure I want to jump out quite yet. So 167. A dollar ago we were talking about 168. So the even dollar amounts seem to be, here's what they're going to give me, seem to be what's happening here, where all the action's happening. So is it going to break it? Back up to 167. Oh, it did. It broke it big. Oh, man, I should have grabbed that. Oh, that's right. Okay, so we're not shorting quickly. We're not reversing quickly, I mean. So I'll hold. It did break the fib. I think it broke that for just a split second. That's 67.15. So if we do that again, then I'm on the wrong end of this move. So we're all on the wrong end of this move if we can't just keep going like, well, it's going to turn around, it's going to turn. We have to make the move when it shows us to make the move. I should have made it down here, really, and then I could have caught that, and I could be catching this back in the reverse. But we're not trading that way today. We're going to trade a little slower, but I just wanted to explain to you guys. Now, this one, again, is a bull tweezer move, which is telling you that, you know, this should be going up, and it's not. So not every pattern is correct. So, you know, now you could call this a bear tweezer move. except for this wick is so long. But I don't, because of this platform sensitivity, I don't use the wicks as much as the body. But when they're lined up like that, it's almost an engulfing. If this was a little higher, this candle would be completely engulfing that candle. Wow. Okay, so holding on to it was the thing to do because it's continuing to go down. Now, here's the lower end of the VWAP. This is the lower value of the VWAP. You know, it has those multiple lines up above and below it. See, there's the one above it. And there's the VWAP right there. And then these arrows are the volume profile intraday. So it's kind of showing you the expected range of price volume action in between these arrows. So having these things set up correctly is a good idea. I have it set up on the 5-minute that way today as well. I tend to do that more when we don't have the long RV strategy called out here. Just taking a quick look to make sure I'm not getting in a bad. See, if you go here, we like to see consolidation inside. We'd like to see something like this that we're trading on this day, and this had just happened. Of course, that wouldn't have helped as much, but you're looking for consolidation, and that's where you can get the longer pivot lines on 4 hours and 1 hour and 15 minutes. And again, read that book. It has it laid out. It is definitely worth the money. There'll be a link to it here for it. Going to turn around again at the 66. So every dollar it seems to want to turn around, right? We get this problem here. So yeah, I'm at my time really almost here, guys, but we'll see if we can carry this to 10K by just riding it down a little longer. It seems senseless to get out of it at this point. Now let's look to see if this fib gives it some strength. This is our biggest trade yet, right? 2,000. So I definitely don't want to lose. I'm not going to let that go past one support or resistance line. Anyway, I think I was saying that like, on our schooner I had 4 cats and 4 dogs, and we would be at sea for a long time, and it was just, you definitely communed with the animals, you know, out when you're out. You know, and there's 1,000 miles before land in any direction. You're like this little pea on the ocean, and you have your family and the animals. I kind of recommend it for anybody if you can live through it. I used to get seasick a lot, and my brothers didn't. I just never really got over it completely. And when you have nothing to throw up, sorry to be gross, but you get what they call the dry heaves. And then you get, you know, everything gets so sore in you because you're just trying to throw up air day after day after day. So I preferred not the long journeys at sea. I preferred the diving, on the beach and, skin diving and spearfishing and, wow, looking for treasure. Look at this. Is that really going to break that? Oh, I should have reversed back there. All right, let's not lose our money here, guys, because this could spring right up. You know, I think I'm just going to buy out of this. I don't know about it. Unless it dips back down to that fib. Let's see. It's another $300 than I had just a second ago. Let's see if it keeps going down. That's definitely a move to get out. That cut my story short. So the volume went down as the buyers took over. So, that's not telling you that it's over yet. That's an opposite. This is another tweezer style telling you it's going to go up, but it's not always right. It's also a ladder bottom, kind of. This should be higher for a ladder bottom. Ladder bottom is typically 5 candles with the last one ending right here, and it didn't. So it's not really a ladder bottom. It's not a perfect tweezer. So both of those would battle. Now, why it's so important, just to notice that they're close is because I talked about this last week that, traders are lemmings. So not everybody reads the patterns the same way. So if you get 5,000 people that read this as a bullish tweezer, most likely the stock would have turned around. And it still might be. Yeah. So. Wow, really? 66. Again, that's 66. I'm kind of looking at this to drop below 2,000 more than the numbers, but, or this below 8,000, which it just about did there. Yeah, it's not on these long moves. It's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Okay. All right. I'm reversing there. Oh, wow. That's too bad. I missed that. We dropped a lot. We dropped a lot. Is it going to fade right back out and double whammy me? 166. Is it fading off 166? It is. I'm gonna get hit again. Ow, that hurt. Oh boy. Okay. Now I'm just trying to get back to the AK because I misplayed that. So should have held it longer. Boy, I had to make up my mind. Am I holding for the long move or I'm trying to do scalps? And it might not be in the indecision actually basically hurt me there because I would have not missed the scalp early on. I would have been on it for these a couple 3 trades right in here if you've watched me trade. And I was like, don't do it, hold it. And whenever I get that way, I go against what I feel should happen, and then I take it too late. It's like you jumped on too late. How many people know exactly what I'm talking about? I think there's a lot of you. So, yeah, I should be happy that I'm broke my 5, and I'm way over my time now. So. Again, this was an upward move. You got a dragonfly here, but this big doji or spinning top is telling me it's about to go down. So I'm in a position of short right now. It's not much money, but if this sprang down here, it might get me back over 8. So I'm going to hold it a second longer or a few minutes longer. There it goes. Nice. Keep going down. You were doing good there. Keep going back down there. Come on. Yeah, so when we were out the high seas and going around the world on different islands and stuff, I lived to dive and free dive and look for anything, salvage ships, and later on I got into salvaging as a business, a little bit salvaging for money. Before it was just for, well, I was always looking for treasure, but there we go. Whoa. I'm going to reverse right there, guys. 8,200 and try not to lose it by, oh my God, I should have just covered is what I should have done. Just covered. Is it going to hurt me again? Don't hurt me again now. Come on. I'm at 165.10. I got back. That should be over 9 or probably almost 10. So there's the lower of the, see, I'm telling pirate stories and I'm losing track of what I'm doing here. That's it, guys. I gotta go to work too. Hope everybody's doing good. Guys, don't forget to give us a thumbs up and to subscribe. Looks like I'm doing okay for today. Got some pretty cool ideas coming up for videos, but you'll have to wait. There's my cliffhanger. Don't forget to watch the archives if you're new here. There's so much to do. Can you go to 9,000? Can you give me 9,000? You're almost there. Yeah, 9,060. I'm going to take that. It's probably going to keep going, but I have to go. So, all right. So, thanks for watching, everybody. I will see you down the road. Remember, trade in a sim. Be careful. Stay green. See you soon.